Hello, I'm General Waffles with Breakfast Brigade. Today I'm bringing you a Zagara build video, the Power of the Swarm. The Power of the Swarm focuses on building up your creep tumors as much as possible and trying to spread creep all over the map as much as you can. On some maps this can give you almost complete vision, and against some teams they can't really deal with it at all. Some teams, however, can deal with this build very, very well. I've seen some variants of this build going around where people pick up the early talents, such as Reconstitution, Endless Creep, Tumor Clutch, but they don't go all the way with Metabolic boost. This build does. Now, if you're looking for a build to maximize your damage, survivability, or really maximize anything except for nonsense, this is not the build for you. This build is complete nonsense, and it's just kind of a worse version than any other build, any other like set build that Zagara has. But it's fun. And that's why you play the game, hopefully. That's why I play the game. Yeah, I would still just say, don't do this in ranked. Don't do this in ranked at all. This is for quick match. This video is after the release of the monk, and he is going to be in this game and every game that I upload because he's everywhere. Yeah, he's actually really fun and good. I'll do a monk video eventually. Anyway, I have a pretty obnoxious lane because I got Kel'Thas and the monk and I'm alone. And I'm not going to be receiving any help anytime soon. But since I'm Zagara, that's okay. I can actually push the lane really hard. Kel'Thas seems to be focusing on poking me and getting rid of my creep tumors. It's kind of hard to tell if he's doing that on purpose or if he's just attacking me at the same time. Either way, I'm actually pushing the lane back against two people. There he goes. Basically, I try to move my creep tumors around so people like Kel'Thas with AoE don't hit it when he's trying to attack you or the minions. Nova does come up and help secure that kill while the monk is away, but I'm still very low on health and mana. And that's not going to be coming back too quick. I do have that Reconstitution to give me extra health, but I will not have any way to replenish my mana without going back. Here the monk just kind of jumps on me, but he's not too much of a threat, at least right now, so I can just walk away from him. There. I decide to keep pushing rather than to actually help until my team can actually get some semblance of togetherness, actually grouping. I'm actually going to have this build. You will not get the highest damage output, but in this game people just seem to just stand in my Hydralisk, so I end up getting a lot of damage, specifically Leoric. I don't know why, he just doesn't back off, and he doesn't ever pay for it. There we go, getting Tumor Clutch. This ability will remove the mana cost from my tumor, as well as give it a decreased cooldown of by 10 seconds. Basically, you can just be popping these down every few seconds. What is it? Yeah, it's like 5 seconds. Every time you want to put one down, 5 seconds, and you can stack up 3. So basically, anytime you can, you should be placing creep tumors. There's nothing that hurts you. Doesn't do anything negative to you. It tells the team that you've been there, but who cares? Here, just try and sustain top. Leoric's here now instead of the monk and Kel'Thas. They went off to different lanes, and now it's just me versus him. He's pretty good at pushing lanes, especially for a warrior. This kind of comes in, cleaves down, and he actually ends up clearing a lot of my tumors. It's actually really obnoxious. Leoric's passive was nerfed in the last patch, so it's not so much of a big deal for him to come back. Here I pick up the Endless Creep. This spreads creep much farther. They spread 50% farther and have 100% more health to creep tumors. This is really important for the build. Of course, on smaller maps you can get almost complete coverage, and if you're winning, if your team is winning, this is the win more build. There we go, the Hydralisk block. I love that. Anyway, getting back to the point. This is a win more build. If your team is winning, you will lock down a game if you pick up Endless Creep and Tumor Clutch. That's just a fact. Having vision on top of having a high level advantage is crushing. Enemy team won't be able to do anything. There's some games where I've actually been able to get creep all the way from my base to the enemy's core. Small map. I believe that was Tomb of Spider Queen. That's what this build is really good for. And really any map this build is going to work for because you're just trying to get vision mostly. And also you get the advantage of having a little bit more health regeneration, though I've never relied on it or noticed it too much. You will get that extra move speed, which is very considerable, especially when you pick up Metabolic boost at level 16. But until then, you've just got a 20%, but that's 20% faster than every hero in the game, except Falstad. I don't remember how much its passive healing, or passive movement speed is, but I do know that it is less than 20%. Anyway, Leoric coming back, just doing Leoric things. He's basically being a nuisance. I'm worried that someone else is going to come up and kill me. I'm not really worried about Leoric. Here I'm just kind of running away to place creep tumors. And here he just kind of eats a Hydralisk. Yeah, I don't really want to give him more health than he needs, so I'm just going to keep backing away whenever he tries to hit me with that squeaky hand ability. Whatever it's called. Here, level 10. If you want to get, like, super into this build, I think that Nexus Network would be more thematic, because it can be everywhere, and it's kind of cool. But that's not a very useful ability unless you specifically built around it. And Devouring Maw is pretty much always good. There's no situation where Devouring Maw is going to be bad. So I like it. So Devouring Maw. I picked it. It happened. Can't unhappen. And now, it seems that Plant Terror has roamed into my lane, so I'm just helping it push, placing creep wherever I can. Fun fact, towers will attack creep as if it were a minion. So if you walk into tower range, just a way to soak up some extra ammo. I was able to save our monstrosity, our Plant Terror, with my mob, but it didn't really do much. Like, it just extended its life so it could lay down another flower. Overall, we came out ahead. I mean, we got some towers down, and we got a fort most of the way down. Things are looking good for our team. We did lose a fort, unfortunately, to Asmodon, and Asmodon's going to be an issue throughout this match. Now I'm just back to pushing. The team isn't really grouping. Like, I'm not 100% sure what they've been doing this match. They've just been kind of doing their own thing, like I have. I wasn't able to get the Hydralisk off fast enough, and Kel'Thas is able to get me in there. Although they do not have the chasing power to finish me off. Yeah, this has been kind of one of those matches where everyone just kind of does their own thing. Like, we're pretty dead even on experience with the enemy team. So, like, things aren't bad. Things could be better, obviously. Here, Asmodon out of position. The monk moving in with the help of Nova to try to take him down. But his health pool is incredibly high, highest in the game at the current state. And he is able to crab walk out of there. Our monk's still in the midst of battle with him, and his healing is keeping up with the damage. I'm really surprised about that. Leoric coming in to be a nuisance, basically, but his skeletal walk does very little, and he ends up getting crowd controlled and murdered. I noticed it also says polymorphed over his head now when he is dead. I don't think it used to. Either way. If you're putting your creep down, try to put it in a bush of some sort, because then it will reveal the bush. If you don't put it, the actual tumor, in the bush, then the creep will spread over the bush and won't actually reveal it. It's kind of weird. I'm not really 100% on why that is. But now night spawned, I care about the objective, and I'm just kind of picking up these small camps. I don't want to take on the big thing by myself, especially when we just lost 2 members of our team, our Johanna and Monk Karzin. So since we're kind of at a disadvantage, I decided to push and didn't really notice how much we had right above me, all the enemies that may have wanted to end my life. So I'm just kind of blissfully unaware pushing with this camp. And they're not breaking off yet to actually attack me. They stay and try to get that Kel'Thas finally coming down to stop this push. By embarrassing Ma, but I am able to just kind of scuttle away from him until the rest of his team shows up and I'm horribly murdered. Pyroblast, useless still. It's still bad. Just all there is to it. Here, in this build, instead of going for the upgrade to Hunter Killer, I did go for the Mutalisk. I like the Mutalisk more. One of the reasons that it lasts longer, and with the changes to the Hydralisk / Mutalisk, it goes and pushes lanes now after its primary target has either gone away, moved into stasis, or died. So having something that lasts longer is really useful. Also, I really like the bounce attack. I just like it more. Pyroblast will finish off Leoric just as he used that skeletal walk. Still useless ability, I think. And most of the time your target will die by the time it reaches them. Or they'll just get healed or what have you. Especially now with the addition of the Monk. And everyone playing the Monk. 7-sided strike is really terrible when you have only one healer, one support. And the other ability is just kind of a free, I'm not going to take this thing. When it comes to Pyroblast, it's so telegraphed, it's so easy to hit. So now, back to the game. They are about to hit level 16, we're still level 15, and we have kind of a weird team fight. I move out to get away from Leoric, and our team is just dashing around. I get the horrible Pyroblast on me, but here, easy. It's the easiest ultimate that Monk is ever going to get. I come back with more health than ever, and I managed to say thanks in the time it took me to respawn. It's the best part about that Monk ultimate. You can't always thank Rhaegar when he ults you. This is basically Rhaegar's ultimate 2.0. Rhaegar's does heal for a while. And also, Rhaegar's is better. But Monk's heal ability, I like it. And back to the build. Here, I'm just trying to stay away from death. Skirting in and out, using my creep to give me that extra move speed. Trying to put those down in team fights whenever I can, but the AoE on their team is so strong that I just can't get the tumors to stay. I'm doing my best. Going down to clear out bottom, it's a mess. You know, we're trading kills and deaths or what have you. And now I'm just here to try to protect this fort the best I can. Our Nova falls for their Sylvanas, and then Johanna follows right after. Don't know exactly what went on there, but it ended up killing Kel'Thas as well. Leoric, still being a spooky ghost, is coming back really fast. So we have a big problem right in our front door. That's going to be 4 members of the enemy team, mostly at full health. The only one not is the Monk. And he does, I believe he has a heal. His heal ultimate. So it's not as scary as it could be. Plus he has heals. Here, just going back for Monum. Without mana, you don't really do much as Zagara. Especially when you don't upgrade your auto attacks. Like, you know, you drop so much damage with this build that you really can't afford to be missing things. Like, yeah, you really can make this build work, especially if you picked up Brood expansion over Metabolic boost. But if you do that, you're not being true to the build. Here's Sylvanas does so much damage to me. I could not believe that. Asmodon is saved by the monk, and I am forced to just ult Sylvanas so I don't die, but Leoric out of nowhere. I honestly, even rewatching the video, have no idea where he came from or why he was there. But he killed me, so I guess he was in the right spot. He must have been dead or something. Here, Nova manages to basically kill a 4 and then not die. Oh, she died then. Yeah, you really need to pay attention to that monk ability, or else you just kind of walk out of danger and end up screwing yourself. We will end up taking this fort. As you can see, I have the highest hero damage, but as I said earlier, their Leoric just kind of stands in my Hydralisk and takes it. So, that's where I think I got a lot of my damage. That and I've been playing relatively safe. And a lot of my stuff is passive, so who knows. You're still gonna do damage. I mean, it's not like you have no damage, you just have considerably less. You can still take Merc camps. I also like the Hydralisk better, or the Mutalisk better, for taking Merc camps because of that bounce attack yet again. Yeah, pretty good. Poor little Mutalisk died, and I get a Merc camp. Enemy team is at level 20, as Kelthos points out. And now I'm just kind of here, waiting for the team to be able to regroup, and apparently there's a scuffle going on at the top. I'm just trying to lay down some creep. I'm not mounting up because I'm moving into creep, and creep will give me the same speed. And then I mount up. If you ever wanted to be confused.
Come and take its power.
Leoric died, but he is a spooky ghost that will return. He's still doing stuff. I'm not sure what they could do to put Leoric on the same track as other characters of the same lot, like Murky or like Diablo, or even Uther. But his respawn ability is really strong, and a lot of that comes from the same reason why Uther's redemption is so strong, because he comes back right on the spot. With this build, just like almost every Zagara build, you want to take Bolt of Storm, not only because it's really good utility, not only because it's your only escape, but the other abilities are kind of terrible. Like, really terrible. Like lowering the cooldown if you get on your mob, if you get takedown. Nova was able to actually hunt down Sylvanas. That's really nice. I'm happy about that.
Without question.
Let's give her a little good job. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just speeding across this creep. Power of the Swarm. And just like in StarCraft 2, it's incredibly hard to fight Zagara if she's in creep. You need to make sure that you're dealing with that. And their team has actually stopped doing a good job at doing that. I just can't keep it up during team fights because Kelthos and Leoric just hit everything. That's a problem. Leoric did a skeletal walk, which did nothing, and Pyroblast will go off to finish him off. Their monk respawning with his ability. Oh, Leoric didn't die. I thought he died. Somehow Leoric doesn't die from the Pyroblast and gets away scot-free is what I meant to say. Their monk just dashed away, but now he's put himself in a bad position again. Still just skirting across, no health. Now we're in a bad position, we're all at low health, and we're just kind of trying to do the stance where we can stay alive but do damage. I locked down Asmodon because I thought he was going to continue channeling his laser. He ended up needing to flash out of there, and well, we lost Nova for Leoric, and that is not a good trade for us. Nova is a lot of our damage. Here, shield gets popped for the Crusader, and we're forced to retreat. I still have a lot of health, but my mana is not doing very well, and I'm just kind of trying to go around and put creep in more places. Kelthos went back in, or some reason. I ended up just trying to chase down Asmodon the best I can, which was not a smart choice. They could have turned around and caused me a lot of pain and suffering. But they didn't. So here I am, clearing this pain. Still didn't amount to anything, and it was overall a waste of time. Now the monk. I find out that Zagara cannot trade with the monk in late game. Because apparently the monk just heals through everything. He's annoying. And my build is bad. Yeah, it's just not optimal. We do manage to kill their Kel'Thas, so he's lost all of his stacks. He picked that up, and their Karazim went down. The advantage is back to us. Their Leoric's not in a good place, and ends up falling to the might of our entire team. Now it's just Asmodon and Sylvanas. The lanes are pretty even. You know, pinging to go in and kill their keeps. It's really important to take all that out. I go back just to clear this and make sure it gets pushing the right way. I'm not going to stick around too long. You know, I probably could have been there helping the team siege that, but I think that sieges are more important. Joanna ends up dying to Sylvanas and Asmodon. I can't honestly see how that happened. I wasn't there, but that took a special kind of messed up to die as Johanna against Sylvanas and Asmodon with the entire team with minus the I don't know what happened. But things are bad now because one by one our team just kind of got picked off. And, well, now Leoric's here doing whatever he wants. He'll manage the skeleton walk away, but I am too fast. Especially with Blink. I go back in, and this is why you read things. Ma, run so Monk can jump to you. If a character has an ability to jump to you, don't leave them hanging. Like, I could have just ran off, but no. You can get within a safe distance to let them jump to you. And that's what I did there. I didn't do anything fancy, I just knew what his abilities were.
As you say.
And also I realized after I went all the way back to the base that I have full health and mana.
Yes. As you say.
But anyway, just gonna help Joanna take down this camp, put down more creep. Yeah. I could be possibly doing a better job of laying down creep. I'm doing the best I can.
Their keep crumbles.
It can actually take up a lot of your time putting down creep tumors. So you may not even get the value out of them that you desire if you constantly have to be moving. I basically just placed a creep tumor in there because it'll spread out. And I just like the vision and make it hard for the enemy team to find out where it's coming from to kill. Here I get rooted, but it's no big deal, as I am at full health the entire time thanks to the monk. And now they have a plant terror, they're down one Sylvanas, and things are looking okay for us. Monk comes in, so I just start harassing him back. Leoric falls to the might of our team, minus me and Karazim. Because Karazim's just soloing that boss, because he can. Yeah. Karazim's pretty fun. Leoric still being a pain. Yeah. He's not going to do too much though, he's just going to recall. And now we have enough for a plant terror. However, in taking that plant monstrosity, taking the boss down, we did ignore their plant terror and it was able to get up to our base and put down a flower. We respawned, but it's a little late. The damage is kind of done. And now I'm just kind of here, trying to be annoying, trying to do as much damage as I can. I mean, I can keep up with anything. I'm basically mounted as long as I'm on creep. 40% movement speed, about mount speed. Here, I just blink out of there because I didn't want to deal with really anything. Just want to stay safe. Not sure what happened there. I just kind of got jacked up on the catapult somehow. Whoops. Here, the entire team is pushing into our base. Asmodon in the bottom lane is moving up to regroup with this team. Our Plant Terror is going in on their base and is taking out one of their forts. If you would have immediately went on the core, this could have been a different story. You know, we could be winning right now. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And we're in a bad spot. I end up falling. The entire team ends up falling. Our Plant Terror attacking another fort because yeah. Like, even though we were able to string them out a bit, they're regrouping and we don't have the numbers to contend with them anymore. Leoric's annoying. Our Plant Terror is pushing down their core, but it's a little bit too late. This was a 100% winnable game, and we didn't win. It's too bad, but sometimes hard to make those decisions when you're in that Plant Terror on whether to go core or go forwards.
Defeat.
Still, showed off the build pretty well. Had a lot of vision that match. We're able to see about what's going on. It's pretty fun. Try it if you just make sure you apologize to your team beforehand. Here, as you can see, I kept up with hero damage. Didn't top anything. Didn't really expect to. And let's just take one more look at the talents. Got Reconstitution for the increased health regen. Tumor Clutch removes mana and cooldown. Endless Creep, more creep. Devouring Moths, really good. Mutalisk, I like it more. Metabolic Boost, pretty fun. And Bolt of Storm. That's it for this video. Till next time.